I'm going to make a thumbnail while only being in VR, and I have to use my keyboard and mouse without being able to see them. And the first step in order to make the thumbnail is linking my VR to my PC. And to do that, we're gonna use this wonderful app called Virtual Desktop. But before we do any kind of photoshopping, we have to get some in-game pictures. Now for the actual posting of the thumbnail, it's gonna be me like over here, holding the headset like this. Perfect pose right there. I think it would be perfect if I did it in the virtual arcade. I mean STUM, what am I saying? Here are the pictures that I chose, and now let's move on to step number 3, which is gonna be Photoshop. And the first thing I'm gonna do is add the image into Photoshop. And of course, as usual, the first step is to mask out the character. There we go. Press Ctrl J to duplicate it. I'm gonna delete the old thing. And I don't think this background is gonna work. So I'm just gonna be a little bit sneaky and copy the image from me and Jamon's DMs. And then I'm just gonna position it in Photoshop. Yeah, that looks terrible. And now the next thing I'm gonna add is the Quest 3S headset. So I'm gonna search up Quest 3S. And now I'm just gonna find the image that would work. Oh, this image is perfect. I'm gonna copy that, slam that in Photoshop. I'm gonna remove the background, and now I'm just gonna mask out this because I don't think I'll need it, and then I'm gonna mask it like that. Now I'm gonna scale up the image. There we go, that looks pretty good. Now I'm just gonna mask out the fingers to make it look like I'm actually grabbing the headset. But thing is, my battery could run out at any second, which would be terrible because then I couldn't finish the thumbnail. Once we're done masking, we're gonna press Ctrl J to duplicate it. We're gonna enable this layer again, but just put it down here. And there we go, I'm now holding the Quest 3S, and oh my, it looks low quality. I might have to image upscale that. Anyways, next thing I'm gonna do is add a little mask right here to make it look like he's kind of like going into the floor like you would in Gorilla Tag. I'm gonna mask it like that. There we go, very nice. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the shade. First, let's start off with the character. Get the burn tool right here. So I'm gonna make sure to shade the dark areas like this, make it look more realistic. And yes, I said it again, and I don't care how many times I'm gonna say it. So please stop making fun of me in the comments like you did on the last video I made, which you should watch, by the way. And if I see one more comment making fun of me, I will find you. Down here would be pretty good as well. Slightly under his head and up here. Also gonna shade the other arm. And now all I have to shade is the hand. Now I'm gonna add a bit of highlights. That always makes the renders look really nice. Now what I'm gonna do is shade the VR headset just right here. And now I'm gonna double click the layer and this should pop up. Next thing I'm gonna do is add an outer glow to the headset. Put the range all the way up. Now I'm gonna add a drop shadow. And I'm gonna switch the blend mode to linear dodge and change the color to this kind of blue. And what this does is making the VR headset look like it's turned on. And I think that is pretty good, yeah. But now let's of course add a bit of shading. But this time I'm gonna make the shading in kind of this like light blue color. Put it under here just to give it a little more detail. Now another thing I could do is making these cameras right here glow green. And now I'm gonna add a green glow to it. And now I'm just gonna turn the fill a bit down. And then what I'm gonna do is add a bit of highlights to the fingers just to make it look like the green is actually reflecting on the fingers. There we go, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna add a bit of shadows to the background because it really needs it. And I honestly think this looks pretty good so far, but I do see a bit of dead space right here. But I'm just gonna do some small adjustments to make it look even better. And the first adjustment I'm gonna do is adding particles. And I feel like the first particle I could do is make like a shine to the cameras. And so far it looks pretty good, but I'm just gonna add some more particles to make it look even better. And I also added this kind of flame effect, and it makes it look so much better. Now I added this kind of glow effect coming from the headset, which makes it look way more cool. And now the last thing I'm gonna add to this thumbnail is a bit of camera raw. And there we go, that looks really good. And that's really it for this thumbnail. By the way, let me know in the comments what you think about this thumbnail. And at 10k subscribers, I'm gonna make a thumbnail tutorial. So if you wanna become better at thumbnails, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, please go watch my other video and don't comment anything